Hello everyone and welcome to the Stephanie Stevens Show. I'm Stephanie Stevens. Thank you guys so much for joining me here on my YouTube channel. Please be sure to subscribe to my channel. Today I have on my show the fantastic, young, gifted, and black Miss Naomi Leon. Hi girl.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm good, thanks for having me.
You're welcome. Now, the reason I asked you on my show is because I wanted a young perspective about the business that we do today that is so-called drag. So I wanted a young person's viewpoint, a person who's actually doing very well in the market today. Now, there's a few things. Where are you from?
I'm from Sierra Leone, West Africa.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I was born there, and during the wartime, my family and I ran away so we can survive and be in a better place. And then we lived in Ghana for a while, and then moved to Canada, which was in Edmonton, Alberta.
Oh, wow.
So
how long have you been in Toronto?
I moved to Toronto in 2012 to pursue my career in fashion design in school, and it's something that passions me. So, and I got into learning to drag. So I'm like, why not? I have the creativity. We're all blessed with art, and we're all talented. It's just about finding yourself. So then I got into drag, and yeah, it's been fun.
Well, you're beautiful.
Thank you.
I must say you're beautiful. And this is during the day, everybody. This is during
Daytime
the day.
look.
Yes. Now, so how long have you been in Toronto?
I've been in Toronto for about 9 years now, I'd say. Yeah, I love it. It's a place of art, and it's a city of diversity, which is all included in Canada. So I love Toronto, and it's a way that I have found myself also, especially living here by myself and not having no family, mom to guide you through it. I have to be strong, and I feel like I've come a long way.
Well, I was there the night that you won Miss Opulence.
Oh my
Remember
god, that was amazing.
How did you feel about that?
It was a hard work. It's very hard, especially being a black queen, because a lot of people doubt you all the time. So it's for me, I always have to prove myself, and I've gotten to learn that I don't need to prove myself. I know myself, and I know what I'm capable of. And that night was just speechless. I was very happy, and a lot of things were wrong.
Well, that's usually when good things come out of those kind of things.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah, so now what have you done after your reign? What are you doing now?
Right now I'm trying to get out there with helping with the homeless, helping with people who are from different countries, and especially now I just feel RuPaul has given a gateway for so many people to express themselves in different type of drag and art, and right now I'm trying to still get my name out there, because it's very hard. It's to be honest, it's really hard being a black queen in this community, and to get your name out there, and we already have legends who are still here and are not ready to leave yet. So for me, coming in and being respectable and trying to get my name out there, my drag, it's hard.
Now I was going to ask you about the RuPaul thing, because in the States, some of it, they seem to have a problem. The trans community, I think, have a problem with RuPaul. I'm sure you probably have heard about some of the backlash that he's getting from the trans community, and like you said, the legends, the old timers, old school girls. What do you think about that?
I feel like it's a stage that in this life we are, it's still going to grow. And the fact that this year we had Gia Gone as the first trans to be on it, and we have Brooklyn as the first Canadian. So I feel like as time goes by, we will slowly start seeing different diversity of drag queens and art and out there. So it's a step that's going to take a while, but we have to understand that it's not, RuPaul has his mind of his own.
So do you think drag is in a good place? RuPaul has put drag in a good place or in a negative place?
In a good place, because at first I was really insecure about dressing up as a drag queen, especially coming from Africa, and letting my family know this is an art. Being in this art, it's not I wanna trans, but also in a way to show my art skills. And I feel as the year goes by, it will get better. It will, and then a lot of people are starting to do drag, and there's so many different kind of drag, which is like I myself is learning, and every day we're learning something new.
So now, when you talk about the difference of drag, now the reason I'm talking about the RuPaul thing so much is because the drag today, like you said, is so different than the old school drag. Now, with the way drag is now, how do you feel about the girls lip syncing with no microphones?
I'm the worst at lip syncing. Not gonna lie. But it's skills and it takes time. You have to learn. But then it's like for them not lip syncing with microphone, it's a form of, I don't know how to really describe it because it's
expression?
Like expression. You know, you can use your hands and gestures and dance and do a split because you can have a microphone and then do a split unless you're doing a type of number or something different in your thing.
Well, who are some of your RuPaul? I mean, we know people will say Brooklyn because it's just she's Canadian. But who are some of your who are some of the stars on the RuPaul show you think have really made an impact? Because I got to work with a few of them. I worked with Shangela and Carmen Carrera, and they were very great, very good, and they both brought something different to the table. And I like Carmen Carrera because she was more old school. I like Shangela because she was more energy and a very positive person and a very she's just very cool. Yeah. And that's what I like. Now, who are some of your role models?
I never have role models. I respect everybody because I learn and pick and choose of the different art that they form that I can get within myself as a visionary artist. I don't have a specific person, but I feel like from growing and learning into this like industry of drag, I've learned to see how Shangela has grown, and from getting the opportunity of being RuPaul to where she is now is a goal step that I would want to do, and also to like establish and learn about different things as well and help others.
Well, I see that a lot of the girls today are repetitive. They're copying the other girls.
Yeah,
and and it's almost like when you see one, you've seen them all.
Yes, yeah.
And when you perform on a nightly basis, if you are a true entertainer, you always want to bring something different because it's a passion in you.
Exactly, yeah.
Now, are you passionate about the art? What are you planning on doing with Naomi?
I would like to take Naomi wherever the world takes her and learn from that. And it's important for me because, especially coming from Africa, I feel like we don't have a lot of that story that has run from a war. I could have been dead, I could have been a child soldier, but like I want to take an art drag in a way that I can go back home to my country and teach others. Because I'm sure in this world there's so many opportunities there, but like I feel like it's not branching to the other side of the world, just like how a lot of people in Canada want to be on RuPaul. So now it's giving us an opportunity having a Canadian. So slowly, hopefully we might start using a Canadian. Maybe one day Naomi will be on RuPaul, but I don't know yet.
Now, like in the LGBT community, they always want to know what's your pronoun. How do you identify as? Male, trans?
Drag queen artist. Because for me, like when I put on this outfit and become a Naomi, it's like from as soon as the eyelashes, the wigs, the earring comes on, I'm in this character until it comes off.
So you live as a male?
Yes.
And you identify as a male?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
And I love the arts of it. I love drag. So it's like, I wish I could able to dance as a male, but it's not that figure out there that people will get bored by paying just a man dancing normally. But I like being the dress up and showing people like the arts and the fashion and the hair, the style, everything.
So in other words, people pay more attention to Naomi.
To Naomi, yes, yeah.
Now I have a quote from you, from something I saw on your Facebook page. I want to read it to you, and then I want you to explain it to us. It says, "I'm the right path. I may not understand why everything that is happening right now is happening, but I trust that I am growing into the person I need to be. I trust that all of my struggles are meant to happen, and I have a clear goals in mind, and I know I'm working towards them. I'm letting go of all of the things I can't control and trust the divine nature of the universe. What did you mean by that?
I really believe in the universe and energy, and that's how I connect with people. And sometimes people may seem like, when they first meet me, I'm a bitch, I'm a diva. It's just a real, I'm just sexy and sassy. But like when you get to know me, you get to know the real who I am as a person. And a lot of people judge really fast. So for me, it's like having that vision and struggles. I've been struggle, but I'm surprised that like I'm still standing strong. And it's all about the universe and the nature that gets me with other people. Like you could be the nicest person in the motherfucking world, but if the universe is not feeling you because I connect in a way, and it's not me, it's the universe, and the universe is very strong with energy. And I always like to meditate, breathe, but that quote was very like important because right now we're getting ready for our recalls, and there's so much happening. It's like people don't believe in you, and when people don't believe in you, you feel like you just want to let yourself down. But no, you gotta keep up.
You gotta stay strong.
You gotta stay strong. You know, it's gonna happen, and everything happens for a reason. And sometimes I just say, I'm just gonna leave this to God. I'm a Christian person, so I always like to leave it to God and let His magic work. It's meant to be. It's meant to be.
Spiritual?
Yes.
Spirituality is good.
It's really good.
It is. Now, how do you get along with the other performers in the community? What are the positives and the negatives about working with the other entertainers in our community? How do you get along with them? And just
honestly, yeah, I'll be real honest. Because I always like
give them the tea. Give them the tea.
I feel like, especially for someone who's not from Toronto and I've gotten my way into the scene, a lot of people have a clique of their group, and to me, I would love to work with so many of you guys, but I feel like of my past and negativity and things I've done, it keeps in those other people's mind of whoever has said, this is how Naomi is. Without you getting to know me, you're gonna agree with that person. And I feel that connection all the time. And I feel like the fakeness. I can't do fakeness. Like either we're sisters or we're not. And it's hard.
It's a good thing that you're thinking positive about this. And it's sometimes you have to step away from people to see the big picture.
Yes.
And in this business and in our business, people aren't always going to love you and aren't going to always like what you do and what you say. I've dealt with that for years, but I learned that if you stay strong and positive and just keep getting up.
Yeah, and that's what I've learned. It's very hard in this, and we don't have a lot of bars to fit everybody. And to be honest, I don't like going to a bar and seeing the same person in the same outfit that I saw 2 days ago when I was out performing. And it's like, okay, yes, and that's why I like nowadays, there is so many new queens. That's why I'm like, RuPaul has gotten everyone like hungry for drag and want to put makeup and do this. And there's so many more talented people. But how can we get opportunities for newcomers? And yes, they have open mic, but what's open mic going to do for that person who wants to establish their drag to get somewhere where that person they're looking up to, who's on stage, and being like, how can I get there? And how can that person help that person? Nobody likes to help. Everybody likes to be like, me, which is understandable, but if it's always me, and not teaching one another without me reaching out, then it's like, where are we going as a family in the drag world, you know?
Well, like you said, there's so many new girls and new people coming out to perform, and RuPaul has opened the door for a lot. Living here in Toronto, I find that there are very few gay entrepreneurs, and mainly the queens, they think big, but they don't think big. Now, they want to be a part of these big shows. We are here in Canada. There's a big opportunity here now. I'm surprised the girls haven't opened up their own bar.
You know,
this is what the girls need. That's right.
That's the vision I'm trying to do.
Their own bar, and not only that, they can get a loan from the bank. That's what I'm thinking. Why
Yeah.
would these girls open up their own bar?
Very true.
The bars here aren't that big.
No.
So if the bars here aren't that big, it can't be that big of a risk because the people are coming out to see us.
Yes, yeah.
So if the girls learn to work together,
Together.
they can have their own bar and make triple the amount
The
of
amount.
money.
And
I've
it's
been
a
saying
vision
this
of-
for years.
Exactly. The vision I've always seen too is like if we have a stage as big and we just have everybody performing, and you perform, the next person perform, I'm sure the audience will love it. But if you like just that one person, it's like, you know, we're gonna get bored of seeing you. And even myself, when I go as male out there, no one knows something that's Naomi out. But I watch the other performance and I'm like, really?
Well, you know, I think that the girls in the States have a bigger platform.
Yes.
They have more opportunity because there's more places for them to work and more people support them. Because I don't think it's just the fact that they're part of the LGBTQ community. It's like a culture.
You know, and that's why I feel too. I feel like I'm not part of the drag scene. And that's why when I have my shows, I make sure my outfit's on point, I slay it, and I leave a mark for whoever's watching to remember that person was good. And then it becomes jealousy. But I'm like, don't be jealous, other queens, is because you're out here all the time. I'm not doing it all the time like you. I wish I can, but I don't have the opportunity. I've messaged the bars, but the bars don't reach back sometimes. And it's like, who am I supposed to talk to do shows like you girls? And you ask the girls, who's helping you to get shows out there? All for on. And how are we supposed to help each other?
Well, you see, this is, for me, it's almost like, why do the shows if it doesn't benefit you? Because by the time you spend all your money on
Oh my
wigs
Lord.
and makeup and costume, at the end of the day, what are you really getting from this if you don't have a true vision as being an entertainer and going into a bigger platform? For me, I mean, I've done everything. And now I'm doing my talk show because I really want to educate people about our
That's
business.
amazing, yes.
And let them understand the grit, the grind, how we live still in yet a positive society,
Yeah.
but yet we still don't make enough money and we still don't get enough respect, even though we're entertaining and making thousands of people happy and lots of people
It's
rich.
hard.
And at the end of the day, we're still doing what they did back in Stonewall days, where
Yeah.
the queens were the ones standing in the front getting egged,
And
but
thrown
yet
out,
they
yeah.
pushed on.
Yeah.
Now, you say you model.
Yes.
Have you ever really modeled?
Yeah, so I do modeling. I was with an agency in Edmonton, Alberta, which was called Mode Models. So when I moved to Toronto, the market is very different because I'm not like muscle, but like I'm a cute and I know because of the bone structure everyone always says, I know how to use my image. And then modeling to me is my first step before even drag. So even doing makeup, I hate it because when I take it off, my pimples is all out there and I have acne, and then 2 days later I'm called for a photo shoot, the acne is there. So understanding like not able to do shows all the time, which is fine because I want to take care of my skin. But if I do show all the time, it would destroy because then I want to take my career, which is modeling, seriously, and then be signed with a big agency, which is my goal, and then go on and be like, there's Naomi also. That's my
Now,
secret.
when you think about the business of drag, do you think there's a real market for you? Where do you see yourself in 10 years? Do you think you can really make money in this business in Toronto?
Not in Toronto for sure. I would have goals, and with my struggle and my past, that sometimes hunts me, and of what people may know out there, but they don't really know, is that like, I'm not a Canadian yet, and I've been here for a while, because I got myself into some dumb, young, being a teenager shit.
We all do. We all make mistakes.
So that has screwed my life over over a little bit. But then I would like to move to Europe, where I feel like that's my look, and I've always seen it. I've always dreamed about it, and then go on and do Naomi and see where it would take her. I'm only 28 right now, and I would love Naomi to tell. My goal is to build a school in Africa, so therefore I can teach kids what I have learned here when I moved to Canada. gymnastics.
You know who I worked with? I worked with Amanda Lepore for a few years in Ottawa. She came to the Pride festivals and stuff, and she used to sit down. We used to sit in the dressing room and drink champagne and talk. And she told me, she said, "Girl, you got a gift to gab. You should have your own talk show." But she told me that she was modeling, and she showed me all these pictures, and I couldn't believe it because you know she's only like 5'4", 5'5", and
I was a model.
And I thought, if she can do it, you can do it.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
and everything is very possible. And one of my favorite girl and artists in this is just Cardi B, because she started from nowhere and
Miss
she's built this up, you know. She's trying to do a trademark with that, or I can't even do it. But you know, it's not, and that's another artist that I actually look up to in a way that's like, wow, like you've actually talked your talk. If you don't express yourself, no one understands you sometimes. And sometimes it's hard to express yourself because everyone's mindset is so different and everyone's opinion is bullshit. So you have to always think of you, what comes first, and that's what I feel like.
So, what are some of your most real life achievements, or what do you really want to achieve? Like, what is it that Naomi wants for Naomi?
I would like to just, I love performing, I love dancing, and honestly, it's not being cocky in a way, it's like I know my talents, I know what I'm worth, and I would like Naomi to just, I would like to put a big production one day that is a vision I've always thought of in my head, and sometimes I feel like, does it have to take to put on a big show for you guys to see how talented I am, or how, like, you know, how amazing this person is? But I don't know what to do. But Naomi has a lot to go on, and before, when I started doing the drag too, I didn't know anything about makeup. So with
Young, gifted, and black.
nothing. So my
Yes.
friend was doing my makeup all the time, and then of course the rumors would be like, Naomi doesn't know her doing her own makeup. Yeah, she can perform, she's no way. Because in this drag, you need to know how to do your makeup, you need to know how to sew, you need to know how to lip sync. So guess what? I learned, and I now can do my own makeup.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Naomi. Nobody taught me nothing.
You know,
I
you have to
make
do
my
yourself.
own costumes. I do my own makeup. I do my own hair. I mean, this is not show hair, okay, guys? Okay, this is daytime.
Daytime.
Talk show, okay. Now, have you thought? Are you transitioning in any form, or you just live as a male?
I live as a male. I love living as a male.
Okay.
The drag part is just
The expression.
the expression, and
Okay.
just knowing that actually, the first time I did drag tour, I respected women so much, because the pain of being this beauty and putting on, looking always good, and put on the heels, it's a lot of work.
Yes, it
It's
is.
a lot of work.
Now, family.
I love my family. Oh, my family. When I came out, when I did Uplands, actually.
Yes,
So that was 2015. My ex was helping me back. And then when they first saw me as Naomi, they're like, what's going on? Are you transitioning? I'm like, no, it's drag, it's art, it's making me money to survive in Toronto. And my mom flew down like a few years later, last year actually, she came to my first drag show. And the most response I got to was being African mother.
Oh.
Because most Africans would not tolerate that.
I hear some of the discriminations and the backlash that happens with that. I'm glad you're here to explain that to us. Now, how did your mother feel about the show? What did she think of the show? What did she think of the surroundings of it? What did she see? Like, did she see, like, she, okay.
My mother is very quiet and shy, like me, and a lot of people who don't know I'm shy and quiet, to be honest. But like, she liked the fight. It's an art performance wise, and she respected it. And now I just feel so much comfortable more that I can post as dressing up as this as my boy page or my Naomi page, because I like to keep those different with business, and that's what she always do. So her watching it with my sister was amazing, and now I have the whole family who still lives in Africa, loving it. So it's, for me, I don't know what they're thinking, but I hope that they're moving forward in life to understand this is a generation that you know, there's gays, there's lesbian, there's drag queens, there's drag kings, all of that. So it's like being an African mom, I feel like she has come a long way, and I am blessed to just have a mother like that.
There you go.
That's all.
She's
No one
blessed.
can tell me nothing.
So, do you feel that young people should come out earlier, be more open with their parents, or should they first see a doctor or talk to a friend? What do you think? Like, if you're feeling different than, let's just say, if you're feeling like you this is what you want to do, and or if you're gay or you're straight and you want to try new things, you think people should be open and honest? What's your advice to young people?
Honestly is the best policy. You have to be honest within yourself. And that's the only reason why you're gonna love yourself and somebody is gonna love you too. And that's the best answer I can say, because if you're not opening up about yourself, then you're very closed in and demons attack you, I say. So if you want to get into drag, do it. You may look terrible, but it's a step by step. It takes process, and you learn about your own face, and you learn about yourself, and you learn about your true friends. Because I've learned too, as I'm growing, getting older, I'm learning that I'm losing friends slowly. I don't know why. Is it
Because you're growing.
I'm
You're
growing,
up.
you know? So it's like, no one's, and I don't even like to party anymore, and one drink would get me like tired or whatever. I didn't barely drink. But like, and even when you're doing shows, know that you're doing business. You're working. It's not all the funs and games.
Yeah. Sometimes you have to understand the end result. You gotta pay the rent or the mortgage.
You know?
Now, are you happy?
I'm happy, actually. I'm blessed, I should say. I'm always blessed because no one's happy. Because right now I'm stressed out. But I'm blessed, and I just thank God for like to continue blessing me and to guide me through my journey and where it's going to take me. And that's all I'm looking forward to see where it takes me.
Well, I'm glad that you were on my show today, because I really wanted to have you, because like I said, you were young, gifted, and black.
Thank you.
And I thought, from watching your pages, you had an interesting story. So I'm glad you shared it with us here on the Stephanie Stevens Show. Girl, we are going to carry on. We are going to carry on. And then my final thoughts.
Okay.
I just want to say, people, be open-minded. And remember, we all have different ways we express ourselves. And to the older people, we are never too old to learn and listen.
Exactly.
I want to just say thank you to The Drink for the support of the Stephanie Stevens Show. Thank you very much, Jimmy. Thank you, Naomi Leon,
so
for being on my show.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you, everybody out there. We'll see you next time. Young, gifted, and black.
Amen.
Miss Naomi Leon.
Thank you.
Thank you.